YouTube, I am Coach Steve McGrath, Director of Get Results Training, which is an online personal training business. And what I'm going to do today is speak to you about how to work more effectively from home in order to leverage more time for yourself, in order to be more productive, and in order to make sure that you're getting the most out of this experience without going fucking insane. Now before we get into it, don't forget to subscribe and hit the alert button so you get notified every time I make a new video, because hopefully over the next few months I'm going to be able to give you a load of help on making sure that your productivity and your health is on top form with everything that's going on. Now, a question that I've got from a lot of my clients recently is they've been sent home from work in order to work remotely, and they're not really sure how to get the most out of it. They end up procrastinating. They don't really know how to set the day out or some tips and tricks on how to make themselves extremely successful at this. Now, I work from home consistently. I have done for over 12 months. I live on my own. So I have some tips and tricks that I can share with you in order to make sure that A, you don't go fucking insane, B, you actually are extremely productive, and C, you are managed to use your time effectively in order to spend more time doing things that you like doing. If it's playing video games, if it's going outside for a walk, you will buy back more of your time by working more efficiently, and you probably won't need to work as long as you would normally work in an office. So we'll go over to the whiteboard and we'll go through some points, and hopefully it will give you some help. The first thing we're going to do, which is in essence the most important one and will allow you to buy back more of your time and be more productive, is set your schedule. Now, as you're probably aware, you wake up in the morning, you can start work whenever you want, you can work as late as you want. When you get up, block out a period of time that you are going to work for that day and hold yourself accountable to that day. You will have a list of tasks that are probably longer than the day is. That means you cannot do everything in one day. However, if you try to, you're going to end up spending all day working and not really getting as much done as you think you should. So, set a start time and an end time. These don't have to be your normal working hours, and they don't always have to be one after the other. If you are more productive earlier in the morning, set more hours for in the morning and set the most important tasks for in the morning. If you're more productive in the evening and you're one of those people that generally is quite creative in the evening, set the tasks that you have to do for in the evening and take the mornings to do your errands, go for exercise, play video games, do whatever you want there. Your schedule is yours, but you have to be smart with it, or else you'll spend up all day working. So for me, I like to work early in the morning. So I do like 7 a.m. till about lunch, and then I do like 4 till 8. That is obviously because of my working day. I set my own hours, but those are the time periods where I feel I'm more effective. So in this period between lunch and 4 o'clock, I don't work because I don't get as much done. The second thing I would make sure that you do is set the tasks out that you think you're able to do in that day. Be conservative with what you think you should do. Don't try and do everything all in one day. So think, right, these are the tasks that I want to get done today. Now that isn't enough. Human nature will naturally expand a task to take the amount of time that you've got. So if you take 3 tasks for the day, you will spend all day doing those 3 tasks, which is a fucking waste of time and it's pointless. So set a time for each one of those tasks. More than likely, you're not brand new to your job, so you know how long things take usually. Set yourself a time limit, say, right, I'm going to start this task at that time, end this task at that time, and all you do is do that task for that period of time. Once that time's over, then you're done with it and you move on to the next one. That's going to A, make you work better to deadlines. Humans generally work better when they've got a finite end time. They know it has to be done by that point. And B, it's going to mean that you don't spend your whole fucking day doing random things and taking a small task that shouldn't have taken that long, and you look at your clock and it's taking 3 hours. The last one is be aware of your phone, emails, and then use timers and noise to keep yourself in concentration. One of the problems that I found when I first started working from home is I'd just spend days just mindlessly checking emails, answering emails as soon as they came in, letting it draw me away from the task I was doing. And it meant things took fucking ages. So, set a time to answer your emails, either first thing in the morning and then at lunch, or maybe at 10 o'clock and at 4 p.m, but set designated times to look at your emails and reply to those emails. If you start answering, unless your job is just to answer emails, if you start answering emails as they come to you and leaving tasks that you're doing, everything's going to be disjointed and you'll basically spend half your day in your email inbox, and that's not productive at all. Same with your phone. If you're using WhatsApp to converse with colleagues or your superiors, or even delegate to people beneath you, in a job sense, not in a human sense, do not spend all day going down rabbit holes of conversations. Set times to answer people. If you need to in between, turn your phone off or turn do not disturb on, and then allow certain people to ring you. What I suggest is sending an email out saying, I will answer my WhatsApp/email between these times and these times. If it's an emergency and you need me in between that time, phone call. Then you can put your phone on the other side of the room, leave it on loud, and if you get a phone call, you know it's urgent, you can go answer it. If it's a bullshit email, people know to wait. Be selfish with your time, because you will have to be, or people will waste it all day. Time is a noise. What I do is I use something called focus timer. It puts a little metronome in the back that goes for 25 minutes and then gives me a 5-minute break to go get a drink, go to the toilet, and then I'm back in it. It means I'm much more productive in that focus time. I actually used to use it with my GCSE students. It's something called the Pomodoro technique. And we had like little twisty tomatoes, but they were for like 14-year-olds. But it does work, and I've used it in a home office setting and it's been excellent. So that's a very useful one. Or just put white noise on in the background. The thing that you'll notice is moving from an office to a home office, everything's fucking quiet and it sends you a bit crazy. Putting some white noise in the background with the radio on really, really low just gives some background trickle and actually helps you feel concentrated. One thing I would say with this is, as you get started, you are still going to get distracted. There are things that you're not going to do perfectly, and you will find yourself going into social media now and again when you shouldn't do. What you need to do is, don't beat yourself up about it, don't get angry. Just as soon as you notice that you're doing it, cut it, close the window, go back to the task that you were doing. You will get better at it as it goes along. On top of all this, maintain some form of normal day-to-day activities. Get outside in the fresh air, do some exercise, go for a walk. You are not quarantined inside your house, shoved in a corner. Yes, if you're ill, you probably wouldn't be going for a walk anyway, and you probably shouldn't be working. But if you are well and you're just working remotely, go outside, walk, do some exercise, and just make sure that you're taking care of that part of your mental health and your stress management, because if you're not doing that, this is going to be a hard slog, because you're going to get burnt out very, very quickly. I hope those are helpful. If you've got anything you need to ask, drop a comment in the box below. I'll get as many answered as I can. If you want to, you can also email me or get me on Instagram at Coach Steve McGrath. I'll answer as many questions as possible. Hope that was helpful. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you again soon.